This is our Revolt Radio podcast. An El Salvadorian was threatened that if he doesn't plead guilty to the charges against him by the US, he would be deported to Uganda. Now, deporting him to Uganda sounds more like a punishment, but they would reward him by deporting him to Costa Rica if he pleads guilty. So now, deporting an offender to a country in Africa, that sounds more like a punishment for the US. I'm going to share this story with you. So Kilmer Abrego Garcia is a 30-year-old Salvadorian man who fled gang violence at age 16 and was granted protection in the US in 2019 due to credible threats he'd face if he returned to El Salvador. In March 2025, he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador despite a court order forbidding his deportation due to safety risk. He was held for months in prison where he alleges torture. After significant legal battles, including a Supreme Court order, he was returned to the US and immediately faced with human smuggling charges stemming from 2022 traffic stop, right? In late August, government attorneys offered him a plea deal. Plead guilty to human smuggling and agreed to stay in jail, and he would be deported to Costa Rica, where he would be legally accepted and not detained. Now, Abrego Garcia refused that offer. Understand this, they told him to plead guilty and he would be deported to Costa Rica where he would be accepted. He said no. Now, just after his release to rejoin his family in Maryland, ICE notified his legal team that he could instead be deported to Uganda, a country which he has no known ties. Now, Abrego Garcia's lawyers argued that the US government is using the Costa Rica offer, meaning that if he pleads guilty to human smuggling, he would be deported to Costa Rica. They're using it as a carrot. Whereas they are using Uganda as a stick, meaning if he refuses to plead guilty to the offense, they could deport him to Uganda. Now, it's pretty obvious that they are using Costa Rica as a reward, and they're using Uganda as a stick, as a punishment. Yes, let's deport you to that third world country if you're not going to do what we want. An African country as a punishment for an offender, whereas any other country as a reward for compliance. Wow. Hello fam, this is our Radio podcast with the Radio Apprentice.